There is a horrible ideology that goes through academia and causes a lot of brain rot wherever it goes. Many young people, especially, have been affected by this cancerous extremist ideology. An ideology that makes the young person hate themselves, hate their family, hate their nation, and express nothing but love and admiration for everything that is considered the other. The other must be loved simply because it is the other. You see, if we are evil, if our ancestors were evil, if our nation is systemically racist, it's also evil. And therefore, like the other, no matter how bad they are, well, they're not us. So there is a chance that they may not be evil, and this is why they're worthy of consideration by the very nature of them being the other. And you can see this extreme way of thinking in the way that many of the people that have the brain rot of this ideology analyze fiction. They will look at a clear-cut morality, a movie where you have humanity fighting against an alien species of bugs, and they will always side with the bugs. It makes no logical sense from a moral perspective, from a religious perspective, from an evolutionary perspective. The only way it makes sense is if you unironically believe this one ideology on Earth that is anti-human in nature. And you can tell it's anti-human because of the way that these people analyze these works of fiction. And as you can see, their analysis go even beyond the fiction. They will state how, I love how Starship Troopers and Helldivers filters people. It's not about siding with the bugs, it's recognizing that you've been gaslighted by a fascist government to fight pointless wars. The movie beats you over the head with this one point. So they use fiction as a Rorschach test, right? Like they're looking at fiction, they're saying that this fiction is bad, and then they're looking at other people, how they react to the movie in order to separate the world between good people that think like them, bad people who think differently than them. Right, so they basically have the world separated into the godly, if you will, that are people that share their belief values, and the wicked. And the wicked are the people that don't share their belief values, consume different type of entertainment, behave in different ways. And so this is why it's called bug posting, right? Because you're siding with the bugs. And you're constantly finding justifications to side with the bugs. Oh, well, the world is fascist, and therefore the bugs should win. Oh, the government is totalitarian, and therefore we deserve what's happening because the bugs are right. Kind of funny because they don't see that the bugs would be even more fascist. I mean, they're a hive mind, right? So like the drone, by its very nature, it's controlled in every aspect by the bug brain. Like their system is a fascism at a level that human beings would dream to accomplish. They're literally the ant people. Like in this story, the bugs are the communists. Like there is no difference of individuality between the bugs except for the bug brain. All the other bugs serve the same purpose. They have no personality, no belief system. They're forced to obey to the whims of the bug brain. But apparently, like, again, that doesn't get criticized because the bugs are the others and therefore they're perfect. Secondly, it's this scene that doesn't make any sense, right? Like they're saying that this is fascism because the movie gaslights you with propaganda when this nation is the most transparent system in not just in history but in fiction as well. Like you have these individuals that want to join the military and they're constantly told not to. And then you have this guy, which is the recruiter, and you get to see that he's missing an arm. And he tells them, yes, welcome to the mobile infantry. They made me the man I am today. And then they zoom out and they show that he's missing both of his feet and his arm, right? So like there's transparency. Like they're basically told, look, you're getting into this. Are you sure you want to? And throughout the entire military experience, he's actually told that at any point he can quit. No fascist government does this. Like fascist governments force you through enrollment to practice the military service, where they indoctrinate you with propaganda, and you don't have a choice to quit. right? Meanwhile, this film does the exact opposite. They're basically saying, dude, like, are you absolutely sure you want this? Like, the only thing you get is the right to vote. That's it. But you can get maimed, you can lose your arm, right? Anyway, there are other YouTubers that made a much better analysis of this movie than I will. But one of the interesting parts is that they're now saying that the war with the bugs was unjustified because of the meteor launch towards Buenos Aires, right? So they're calling it a false flag, and they're basically now saying that because it did a false flag, it proves that the nation is fascist. So basically, Buenos Aires was an inside job. First off, their understanding of fascism is that of a child. Many nations throughout history, from all political regimes, have done false flag operations. It's like you look at European history, and the biggest false flag is like your nation is oppressing our people, and so we need to liberate them. Hungary did that, Germany did that, Russia does it. Like, this is like probably the most default cost belly in existence. But like the United States did it with weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. If the United States didn't exist, Iran would do it with other nations. Like having a false flag is not a sign of fascism, it's a sign of corruption. And every nation, every single system, everything that has humans in it also has corruption. But like the very fact that they believe the bugs didn't send the meteor just shows like how they really want it to be the case. Like how media literacy means that I have my opinions about this work of fiction, and like I will make it so that it validates my point, even though there's no evidence of it. At no point in the movie is it even hinted that the bugs didn't send the meteor. Even the screenwriter of the movie said in many interviews that the bugs did send it. So like again, like they're trying to will something that doesn't exist into being. And this is how they understand politics. Like again, this is how they view the world, right? Like they view the world that our side is bad, and so any other side against us must be good, and they must be doing justifiable things. Their argument is that, okay, well, the bugs didn't have the technology of space traveling. I don't know where they're coming up with this, because the bugs are on different planets, so like somehow they are traveling from planet to planet. But even then, just because we don't get to see it in the movie, like we don't get to see the mothership of the bugs, which may travel very slowly, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And then you get to see many asteroids being flown at Earth, and at some point the Earth defense system is actually starting to destroy them. And so, again, there's no evidence that is the Federation doing it, but like, let's assume for the sake of the argument that the Federation decided to meteorite itself. Not only does it not make it fascist, makes it corrupt, and the people that are in charge of the Federation should be held accountable, and if I'm not mistaken, like, one of them actually does step down, which is something that doesn't happen in a fascist state, like the Sky Marshal actually steps down. But even so, the war on the bugs would still be justified. They're fucking bugs. Like, there's no moral consideration. They're not attempting to negotiate. They're not engaging in diplomacy. They're just a hostile species throughout the universe. And so choosing to eradicate it doesn't make you a fascist. Now, even if it doesn't make you a fascist, there can still be, like, moral and ethical considerations on, like, should we try to eradicate it? Like, this bug species seem to exist on some planets. Like, can't we just avoid those planets and go somewhere else because the universe is infinite? You know, you can have ethical considerations built around that. You can say, well, yeah, but like, if we try to eradicate it, then a lot of people will die. There's no point in loss of human life when you can just avoid them. And the other side can say, yeah, well, sure, but like, what if they come to our planets? Like, what if we colonize a planet next to one of theirs, and all of a sudden, they travel to our planet and attack us there, right? So, like, you can have a debate about it, but, like, regardless of the choice, that is not fascism. Because eradicating the bugs is no different than eradicating malaria. Malaria is still a life form. And if you choose to, like, for instance, crush the population of mosquitoes in an area that do spread malaria, that's still not a problem. That's still not fascism, right? Like, the mosquitoes are a life form, just like the bugs. and we don't show any consideration for them. And so, like, why would this be any different? Anyway, right. It's just baffling, talking to people that make these blog posts. It's fascinating because it shows the way they think, right? So, like, even if you were to consider a fictional scenario where the aliens are so different than us, and they're a literal hive mind, and they're predatory and they attack and kill humans, even in that situation, no, the aliens are actually better than us. And then if they think like that in that scenario, imagine how they think like in modern scenarios where it's not so black and white. Anyway, right, let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the comment section. Take care.